This is a conversation from the Canadian Open in Toronto. We sat down with Nicole Melichar-Martinez and Ellen Perez about 4 or 5 hours before their semifinal doubles match at the Masters 1000 event. So you'll hear questions from me as well as one of our doubles writers, Hanlon Walsh, who was there with me. And this is a fun conversation. If you don't know Nicole and Ellen, they have been playing together for several months now. I'm recording this on August 16th, 2022. So they've been playing together for several months now and have had some pretty decent results, and they're starting to kind of climb the ranks. They end up winning this semifinals match and losing a very close one in the finals of the Canadian Open against Jessica Pegula and Coco Gauff. And in the conversation, we talk about what they did on their off day, which kind of surprised me, how the week's been in general, team chemistry. So what's the best part of having each other as a doubles partner? What makes them a good pairing? And then a little bit about the Olympics and a few career questions. Because they did have a match later in the afternoon, they had to run to practice. So we only had about 10 minutes or so, but it's still a fun conversation with one of the top kind of trending teams on the WTA Doubles Tour. So I hope you enjoy this conversation with Nicole and Ellen. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Today we have Nicole Melichar and Ellen Perez on.
Melichar-Martinez.
Melichar-Martinez, and sorry, I'm still getting used to it. Our second doubles team interview this week. How are y'all?
We're good. It's a beautiful day, and I'm excited for our night match tonight.
Yeah, likewise. Just happy to be here. What's not to be happy about are in the semis, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be really a really exciting match against Gabby Dabrowski and Juju Olmos. So I wanted to start with so y'all had an unusual situation where you had your quarterfinal on Thursday, and then everybody else was playing yesterday, and you had a day off yesterday. And I texted you and said, "Hey, can we do an interview today?" And you said you were going to Niagra Falls, which I personally found surprising. But talk a little bit about what do y'all do on a day off like that before? Are y'all just trying to relax, or are y'all talking a lot about the match and the tournament?
I think it varies depending on where you're at as a team. I think me and Nikki are playing great. We feel really good. We knew that we could get an early hit in the morning. And I think what keeps us happy and playing really good is just enjoying ourselves and enjoying the city. I like to be a tourist where I can. Yeah. And I think we both were really keen to see Niagara Falls. And yeah, we're not too worried about trying to get too much more practice in. And yeah, it's all about keeping ourselves happy and enjoying our time here. So I think that's part of it.
Yeah, and it's not like we had, like Ellen said, it's not like we had the whole day off. We still came out early in the morning. We worked hard. We did our job. We got our treatment. We did our fitness session. So we did everything we needed to do. Okay. And we also scouted. We couldn't watch the match live, unfortunately, but we watched our opponents later online.
The replay, yeah.
But yeah, it's something I've been wanting to do for years now in Toronto and haven't been able to. So it's I have to take a chance to do it.
And it was worth going?
It was definitely worth going.
Yeah. Awesome. So next I wanted to ask a two-part question for each of you. So Nicole, we'll start with you. What's the best part of having Ellen as a doubles partner?
Honestly, I like how much she seems to always enjoy, and I think that really keeps the spirit up, and it definitely helps that she's a lefty.
Yeah.
But no, I think we get along really well on and off the court, which is really nice, and our communication is very open. We can just sort of talk things out, how we're feeling and stuff, and I think that's really important going on the court. But I think we have similar goals and a similar mindset, maybe different ways going about it, but at the end of the day, our goal is the same. So I think we work well together.
Awesome. Same question, Ellen.
I love how competitive Nikki is. She really wants to win, and that's what I look for in a partner, someone that wants to improve, wants to get better, always looking for ways to, get that extra edge. In other partners I've had, people kind of don't consider doubles that important or serious at times, and I love that this is kind of what Nikki loves to do, because that's kind of my biggest thing. I love doubles. We get along great, and in terms of playing on the court, I think we're a good balance. Sometimes I'm a bit lighter, kind of laughing and trying to crack a joke at times, and Nikki's a little bit more serious, and she keeps me a little balanced, not getting too unfocused. And obviously, not to mention that we both have great serves and love being at the net and volleying. And I think Nikki's one of the best at the net. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like a lot of the best pairs have that kind of yin and yang mentality. Like one's a little more like fiery and aggressive, and the other one's a little more like calm and even keel. So that's a good fit.
Yeah, so you guys are a fairly new partnership. So how did everything come about when you started playing together?
Well, I unfortunately was injured earlier this year. I had something with my back, and I had to take some time off. And then I didn't really have anyone to play with, and Ellen wrote me and was like, hey, you want to play? And it's like, well, if I get healthy, sure. So pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I'd been mixing it around in my doubles quite a bit. I'd never had a consistent partner. I've been trying to focus a little bit on singles too, and that makes it really tough to always play with a double-specific player. So I think I kind of took that choice where I was like, all right, I definitely want to play all these doubles tournaments coming up and have a consistent partner who's willing to like stick it out with me. So it kind of just made sense, and it was just like perfect timing with Nikki to play together.
Awesome. And you'll start. When was your first tournament?
In Madrid.
Madrid. Okay. So that was in May or June?
May, yeah.
May, okay. And what is something that you feel like y'all are doing better now than you were in those first couple of tournaments?
In my opinion, we've worked a lot in practice on like specific patterns and like shot selection choice, just to really get on the same page of when I hit here, you go there. Like when I hit this type of ball, often this shot our opponents hit, so maybe be ready for it. And I think we've kind of developed a good understanding of what to expect from each other's balls after we set our plays.
Yeah, for sure. I think as you play more and more together, you get to understand what your partner likes to do, what their capabilities are. And I think in certain shots, when I know that Nikki has a certain ball, I know that she likes to go here or there. And it really narrows things down and makes it pretty easy for me to kind of lean one way or assume one thing's going to happen, and that's the biggest thing in doubles, knowing what your partner's going to do and being there to back each other up. And I think over time, you learn that. So I think that's it.
We've seen quite a bit of shake-up at the top of the WTA doubles game this year, just new partnerships and injuries. Nicole, you're out for several months. And new partnerships, other off-court stuff. How would you describe just the top of the game right now? Who are the teams to beat? What does the landscape look like?
I think the doubles is more open than any other years in the past, to be honest. I was just talking about this with Sanya Mirza the other day, and there's obviously the few top teams that are stuck together. You've got the Siniakova and Krejcikova. That's, I think, the best doubles team and probably the longest standing doubles team together at the moment. But you're seeing more singles players starting to get involved. You see the likes of Mertens and Kudermetova and Jessie Pegula, Coco Gauff, those girls. And that's what I think the level's getting stronger. It's getting a lot more, singles competitive players involved. But in terms of doubles, you're seeing a lot of different teams doing well. There's no, specifically top team that's definitely going to win every tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of people have also switched, and some players might even switch just for a tournament. Like last week we played against Zheng Shui and Kudermetova, and they don't normally play together, but they did last week because both of their partners weren't. So yeah, you see a lot of mixing, but at the end of the day, I just feel like the whole game, everyone's a good tennis player, and it depends a little bit on how they match up, but it doesn't matter if you see, Shui playing with a Storm Sanders or a Kudermetova or Elise Mertens. You're going to get good quality on the other side because everyone at the top is just very, very good.
To follow up on my last question, what is something you'd like to be doing better at the end of the season than you are now?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, for me, it's tough because I have that situation where I'm playing singles and doubles, and I need to kind of make that decision on if I want to continue doing both or just take on a doubles pathway. So I think if it is doubles, then there's plenty of things I need to improve on. And I think if I can take time to specifically work on those, I think, yeah, I can improve my doubles. But at the moment, it's kind of balancing both and working on certain things around my game that can kind of help both. Yeah.
For me, it's always, there's always things in my game I can work on. I can improve my returns. I can be quicker, more consistent, better placement. There's always something you can nitpick and improve. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to work really hard on is the mental game, is not taking matches too seriously. Like, yes, we're in a semifinal today. Yes, it's a big tournament. It's a 1,000, but maybe not put too much importance to it, because I think in the past, sometimes matches are won and lost, based on nerves, or, you're thinking too much or wanting it too much. So for me, I think just taking one day at a time and it's a tennis match. Yes, you want to win, but at the end of the day, like, just enjoy the competition, enjoy competing and like hitting a good shot. Be satisfied with like the quality of the performance rather than only the result.
Awesome.
Ellen, I see the Olympic rings on your forearm, and I know that both of y'all got the chance to play in the Olympics in Tokyo last year, so I'd love for y'all to talk a little bit about what that experience was like.
Yeah, for me, the Olympics has always been the pinnacle. Growing up in Australia, I feel like we always, sit down and watch the Olympics, every sport, and that's kind of what my goal was as a young kid, and always aspired to be able to go to the Olympics. I know it's probably not the most important in tennis, but for me, it was really important, and that's exactly why I got it tattooed on my body, because I thought it was the best opportunity in my life. I really enjoyed being there. It was obviously a very different year with the whole COVID situation, but I thoroughly enjoyed being able to play alongside Sam Stosur, the experience there, and she's just such a great person. And to compete for Australia, it's just a different feel. You don't get many opportunities to play for your country, and for me to be able to do that, it's an honour. And just the whole, being there was just another level.
I loved the experience. However, it was a little bit bittersweet. It was an honor to be on the team and to be competing, and I had a lot of fun with the team while we were there. Unfortunately, I was supposed to play with Coco Gauff, and then she tested positive for COVID the day before flying. However, I did get to play with Alison Risk, who's a great competitor and one of a really good friend on tour. So it was really nice to share that moment with her. But then I unfortunately wasn't able. They didn't put me into the mixed doubles. So I was a bit sad and disappointed on that, just because I thought I could have done well had I played. So it was a little mix of emotions. So I'm really motivated, and I really want to try and get another Olympic experience, just because I do feel I'm playing well, and I would really love to represent America, and also try and maybe get into a medal round and compete for a medal. That's what you're trying to do. So I would love to try and get into the Olympics one more time.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking earlier about that. I remember when the draw came out, I was looking for your name, and I also felt like it was kind of a little questionable, the decision making. I don't know how those decisions are made, but I felt like you should have been in the mixed draw as well. So anyways, I know y'all have to go and get to your match, or your warm-up for your match this evening. So good luck, y'all, and thank you for coming on.
Thanks so much.
If you want to become a smarter doubles player and start winning more matches, then join the Tennis Tribe Doubles Strategy newsletter. Every single Thursday, I'll send you a new doubles tip or tactic that you can use in your very next match. And when you join, you're going to get a free guide on how to play with more confidence and start dominating at the net in doubles. My name's Will. I'm the founder of the Tennis Tribe, and over the last 5 years, I've worked with players at every level of the game, from USTA 3.0 players all the way to Division I college programs, as well as some of the top 10 doubles players in the world. And on Thursdays, with this strategy newsletter, I share that knowledge and advice that I've gained over the years with you. So to sign up, you can go to thetennistribe.com. And again, you'll get that free net play guide when you join.